and thank you for tuning in to Shaving the Way with Alfred J.
With Alfred J.
The J stands for James. Today I have a star razor from Kampfe Brothers of New York City, USA, from a long damn time ago. The last patent on this thing is before the turn of last century. I can't read it now. Even though I have my glasses, my vision's just getting worse. What I love about this razor is it's just so real. I mean, there's no question of its existence. It's right here in my hands. People put so much of themselves into these things back then. I mean, you could see their mind. Look at this engineering. This comes apart and you can use it. I know this oh yeah, it does. This comes off too. And this blade, I want to get into this blade. Not literally, but I want to talk about it. Star. It's so cool the way this part swings out, sister. Alright, we're going to prepare for the cleaning. Now either this blade was absolutely honed to death, or it's a homemade blade. I kind of think that it's a homemade blade because the edges here are very uneven. And it's got this droop here, and there's an awful lot of wear on the edge here, so I'm gonna have to try to straighten that out. Okay, let's get to it. I really enjoy doing stuff like this because I could really be me, you know? As opposed to that other person. I'm gonna let that vinegar eat away at that rust a little bit. It's not so much rust on this one. I like to give all the blades a little bath in the vinegar and baking soda, whether they need it or not. You gotta get in everywhere, because you don't know what were the conditions in which these old razors were kept. You don't know what those bathrooms looked like. You think Jimmy Stewart used a star lather catcher? Well, doesn't a man deserve a decent razor so that he can shave his face every once in a while? See? Look at that. You gotta get it even though the inside of this isn't touching your face, you gotta get it so you know. In all seriousness though, look at that. How sharp is the edge before honing? Wow. Now I have a decent blade that I could put in this razor, but I don't want to. I want to see how this blade does. This homemade, honed, this blade has been loved. There's like no bevel, and there's chips. There's such a bow in that edge that I need to bring back to straight. I don't have a huge collection of whetstones, so I'm just going to use the side of my grinder here to bring that edge back to straight. The wobble is completely gone. Because the spine is so uneven, I'm not getting a good bevel at all. It's so off. I have to do this by hand because if I turn this on and this hits the blade the wrong way, it's going to go right into my eye. That's dangerous stuff. This way I have more control. Jess, it's Dad. I'm about ready to come up and try out this crazy lollipop of a razor that I've been working on. If you wouldn't mind wheeling the old Graffinola over to the washroom door. Music helps me shave.
Oh, music helps you shave.
And have Mom prepare for me a hot towel. Yes, you know, a lot of the guys who are really serious about shaving, the old school guys, they won't even look at this stuff, the shaving cream in the can. But I do. Jess, you are a good man for doing this. You must think I'm a big pest.
You know, every time I do this, I walk away feeling like I made a real difference.
Did you ask Mom about the hot towel?
Mom doesn't really appreciate the big water mess you're making every time in that bathroom.
Marshall Young and the Dennis sisters singing Mazel, music to shave by.
You gotta have a little muzzle, 'cause muzzle means good luck. And with a little muzzle, you'll always have a buck. And if you have no muzzle, and so you're on the ball, keep trying, can't get by, you beat your head against the wall. Never try to figure why you seem to be the blame. That the folks have a million, can't even write their name. You gotta have a little muzzle, never will get done.
Which Hazel?
With a little
I'd say it shaves.
you'll always have good luck.
You?